PS5 or gaming PC? Which one should you buy in 2026? What is happening, guys? Vimal here. Welcome back to my channel. So lately I've been getting so many questions and comments from you people in my recent videos asking like, Vimal bro, this is almost like mid of 2026, right? Should we go and get like a Sony PS5 or should we go for a gaming PC? Please share your thoughts and opinion, whatever you feel about. And that is the main reason I'm making this video, guys. In fact, this whole video is going to be like a debate discussion. Should you go for a gaming console or a gaming PC, considering it's 2026? See, it's been almost like 6 years since the launch of Sony PS5, and in the last 6 years, right, there have been massive number of changes in both the console field and also PC field as well. PC hardware has completely been improved, guys. So many things have launched. During the launch of PS5, we didn't have 50 series GPUs, right? I totally think we only had like 40 series GPUs. Right now you're getting these 50 series GPUs, and there have been like massive upgrades, especially with AI upscaling technologies, frame generation features and stuff like that. And in the console side also, you got so many launches. Not only PS5, you also got to check out PS5 Slim variant, and recently PS5 Pro variant was also launched. Unfortunately, Pro variant is not officially available in India, or right now you only have access for the Slim variant and the regular PS5 variant. And also prices have completely changed, guys. In fact, let me tell you a small story over here. PS5 price hike has happened, right? And I think the PS5 price is roughly around like 54,990 in the Indian market right now. So recently one of my friend was trying to buy the PS5, especially because GTA 6 is coming up, right? I'm pretty sure that is the main reason people are buying PS5 in bulk situation. So he tried to call up a big store brand, guys. I won't take the name, but you know, right now PS5 is not available anywhere in stock, guys. Even if you go and approach anybody, ask for a PS5, right, readily it is not available. So what these guys are actually doing is, I believe they are scalping the whole stock situation, the whole inventory. So even if you go to the store in person, or you try to call up any of these big stores and ask for PS5, first they'll tell you that PS5 is not available in stock, you'll have to wait for a couple of days, and they'll take your number or details and we'll let you know once the stock arrives. So after that, in 1 or 2 days, you'll immediately get a call, saying that, sir, we got a PS5 unit, only one unit is available, and they'll tell you the price as well. And you'll be a bit shocked looking at the price, because the price is roughly around 65,000 rupees, what they are telling in the Indian market, especially in Hyderabad market, guys, in my city. And when my friend told that, hey, MRP of this unit is only around like 54,990, right, and they're telling that price of the PS5 has been like hiked, and it's not same as before. So I believe the whole store guys are trying to scalp the whole situation. But again, people who do not know, or maybe you want to get your hands on a PS5 for the first time, they're going ahead blindly and getting the console. Let me know if you people also faced anything like this similar sort of situation in the comment section down below. On the PC side also, similar sort of situation, guys, especially because of the whole memory shortage, chip shortage issue, right? Prices of RAM and SSD have been like greatly increased, and it is nowhere as before. We'll anyhow come to the price factor at a later part in the video. Keeping that aside, first question you people should get before buying a console or a PC is, why exactly are you buying this item? Like, what is the purpose of it, or for whom exactly are you buying it? See, for example, you're like a adult and you're already well settled in life. You're looking to buy like a console or a PC for entertainment purpose. Maybe on the weekends you want to chill out at your home, maybe call in your friends, have some fun, right? For that purpose, right, I believe PS5 would be like great, guys, because it is good to go, ready to use. You don't need to struggle on that anything. But again, if you're like a student, maybe like a school student or college student, and you're buying this console or PC for your kid, then you'll have to consider other points and factors also, because PS5 can only be used for like entertainment or gaming purpose. But on the other hand, a PC can be used not only for gaming, but you can use it for like education purpose, learning purpose, creativity, or maybe even if you run like a business, right, you can even use it for like productivity as well, content creation, video editing, photo editing. So many things you can do on the PC side. Even if you want to learn like coding, programming, or AI related workloads or applications, right, everything is possible over here. Much more possibilities are there on this side, guys. So first ask yourself, why exactly are you buying this, and which one is the best investment for the money that you spent? So anyways, I've categorized this video into like different sections where we'll be talking about like different points or factors you'll need to consider before making your purchase decision. First point to consider is ease of use or form factor. Now this is a very interesting point you can actually talk about, guys. See, ease of use is also something you'll need to consider. If you look at the Sony PS5, right, it is a gaming gaming console that is ready to be used out of the box. There is nothing you need to do. Simply unbox the item, connect the PS5 to your PC, and you're good to go, start playing all your games and stuff like that. But on the other hand, it is not that easy to actually use a gaming PC. You need to assemble and build a PC first, guys. So first you'll need to decide on the configuration. What is your budget and what sort of combination or what sort of parts you want to get. Place the order. Once you get the parts, then you'll need to assemble the whole PC, and after assembling it, right, you'll need to look at the software section, install the drivers, and then you're good to go. So this is not that easy, guys. It's a bit tedious process, and not many people can actually build a PC themselves, especially if you're like an amateur. You've never built a PC in the past, right? You might be scared to handle your brand new components or parts because all of these are like pretty expensive and you don't want to take a risk with all of these parts. You do have the concept of pre-built configuration or pre-built PCs, but honestly speaking, right, the kind of configuration or PC that you can build yourself for the same budget, right, is much better than a pre-built option. There are some store people also who are willing to do like a PC setup and configuration, whole assembly part also for you people, but obviously they'll be charging a bit of money. They won't be doing that for free, right? So you can keep these points in mind. So for ease of use, I think PS5 will be getting more marks over here. The second point we can talk about is the looks or customization features. Customization is a very cool feature. People actually spend a lot on the looks so that their item could look different from the other people. And if you look at the PS5 side, right, customization options are a bit limited, guys, because PS5 is only available in like one color option. You get the black and white theme, either it be the slim edition, pro variant also. All of these have like a similar look. Very rarely you have like limited edition or special game bundle options where you get like a unique look for the PS5 console. Like for example, we had the Spider-Man edition came out a couple of years ago, right? So like that, very rarely special edition consoles come out with unique artworks and unique skins on them. And talking about skins, yes, these days people are also changing the face plates on PS5 or maybe applying like different sort of skins to give a bit of unique look, and not many people are actually aware that these sort of customizations are also possible on the PS5 console. Keeping that aside and coming to the PC section, PC is like fully customizable, guys. Not only the looks, even the hardware, everything is customizable. Say for example, you want to add like lots of RGB elements, you can go for like RGB fans or buy RGB accessories, add plenty of them. You can do that. You cannot add RGB elements on the PS5 section, guys. And if you want to change the look of your PC, maybe you want to build like a massive open frame sort of gaming PC, you can do that. Or maybe you want to build like a very compact sort of gaming PC, you can do that. So many form factors, so many customization looks, different color themes, color patterns, everything is possible over here. So this is like fully customizable as per your taste and preference. The third and most important point to talk about is hardware and the performance. See, at the beginning only I've told you, right, it's been almost like 6 years since the launch of PS5, and PS5 is very much due for an upgrade, guys. Considering all the newer gen AAA title games that are coming out, right, they're very graphic intensive and demanding, and you know that console being able to offer like a consistent 60 FPS on these sort of AAA title games is getting much difficult. And GTA 6 being right around the corner, I'm not sure what sort of frame rate we might expect on the already existing Sony PS5. I don't think that, you know, PS5 would be able to run GTA 6 at consistent 60 FPS. I think it is going to run only around like 30 FPS. So a lot of gamers are going to be disappointed, but again, time is going to tell. We'll have to wait and see, because once you invest your money and get a PS5, right, next year, what if a PS6 comes out? You are going to be like terribly disappointed, because PS6 is going to offer you like huge improvement on the already existing PS5. You might consider getting the Pro variant of the PS5, but unfortunately in the Indian market, Pro variant is not officially available, guys. You're only getting like in the gray markets, or maybe unofficially you can try to get your hands on it by trying to import it, you know, from other countries. And price of the Pro variant of the PS5 is also like very expensive. It is around like 1 lakh rupees or 1,10,000 rupees, guys. That is the kind of price the Pro variant is going on for sale. Now if you do a bit of quick comparison between the already existing PS5 or either the Slim, PS5 and Slim variant have exactly same hardware, guys, only the size difference and also the disk drive option. Only difference you might see is going to the Pro variant, and that too in both the Pro variant and the base variant also you're getting same AMD Zen 2 based CPU. The difference you're going to see is in the GPU. The Pro variant offers up to like 45% improved or upgraded GPU performance, guys. So that is going to make a huge difference, especially in the newer upcoming AAA title games is what I can say. On top of that, the Pro variant also supports like PSSR upscaling. You're also getting like improved ray tracing, faster ray tracing performance, and plenty of upgrades, right? So if you want to be a bit on the future-proof side right now in 2026, I think it is better to go for the Pro variant. Only thing is, it is almost like double the price of the base variant. So coming to the PC side, the whole performance totally depends on the kind of configuration configuration that you're building, guys. Again, you'll have to consider the price performance also, right? If you want to keep both of them like competitive, the PC price also has to be like nearly identical to the PS5 price. So if you try to build like a gaming PC around like 60,000 rupees, right? In fact, I've done that video recently only, guys, with newer gen components. With this sort of configuration, this PC can easily handle most of your AAA title games at 1080p Ultra with over triple digit FPS, guys. You can easily get this sort of configuration. It can also do a bit of 1440p gaming as well, but at a casual 60 FPS sort of results. This is the kind of performance you can expect over here. And in case if you are interested to watch that PC build configuration or what components I've used at this budget, right, I'll try to leave a link to that in the card above. You can check it out there. So keeping the hardware aside and strictly speaking about the gaming performance, right, I believe, you know, PS5 slightly adjusts out the competition for the price point, because PS5 is capable of playing at 4K 60 FPS gaming and also supports a bit of 8K gaming, right? On the other hand, if you look at the gaming PC side, no, you cannot do 4K gaming at this price point. You can do like 1080p or max of 1440p simple gaming, guys. If you want like 4K gaming, you will have to increase your budget and go higher end. Moving on to the fourth point, let's talk about the price factor. See, guys, price is also like a very crucial factor, because PS5 is not like a cheap item, right? It's not like 5 or 10,000 rupees that you can just invest and, you know, keep going on. It's almost like a 50,000, 60,000 rupees investment, and in a lot of Indian families, you'll have to ask your family, you know, get your permission from your parents, and then you'll be able to invest on something big. So you'll have to think about, guys, what happens if you invest in a PS5 right now, you get it, you start enjoying, but next year PS6 comes out, you're obviously going to be a bit disappointed, right? And you don't want that to happen. So think before actually making your decision. On the other side, if you look at the PC, right, again, as I've told you, PC's whole price factor totally depends on the kind of configuration that you're building, like whether if you're going for AMD platform, Intel platform, are you using like newer gen components or older gen platform, or are you going for like pre-owned components also, right? Totally depends on the kind of components that you're choosing. Pricing is very flexible on the PC side. In case if you're a bit tight on a budget, right, what you can do is instead of getting like 2 RAM sticks, you can get one RAM stick right now, save plenty of money, and, you know, save the budget as well. In future you can upgrade it, and, you know, so many possibilities are there on the PC side. So I think in the pricing factor section, PC gets more points because it is much more flexible is what I can say. On the PS5 side, you're getting like fixed pricing and there is no sort of discount right now. In fact, stocks are only like very limited over here. Store guys are selling it for like huge demand. In fact, people are ready to pay over MRP also to get their hands on PS5. That is the kind of situation where, you know, right now in the Indian market. Point number 5, future upgradability. Future proofing and upgradability is a very crucial part, guys, and a lot of people think before this actually making any sort of purchase decisions. If you look at the PS5, right, PS5 is like a fixed hardware, guys. It is not future upgradable, it is not future proof also. Again, it's been almost like 6 years since the launch of PS5, right? You never know when the next version or next generation of PlayStation can come out. It can even come out next year also, because the kind of games that are coming out right now, right, they're very demanding, hardware intensive, and putting a lot of load on their GPUs, guys. So the current gen consoles are actually not able to run the games at a consistent 60 FPS. So definitely keep this point in mind. And the current gen console is not upgradable. You cannot change the CPU, you cannot upgrade the GPU. Only thing you can upgrade is the storage on that thing. But on the other hand, look at the PC side. A gaming PC is fully flexible and upgradable. Not only the looks, but the internal hardware is also like fully customizable, guys. I've told you like a small example, right? Maybe when you're buying a PC, you were a bit short on money, you only went for like a single RAM stick. So now you can save up, and in future you can easily add more RAM sticks, make it dual channel, upgrade the RAM sticks, or not only RAM sticks or memory, guys, you can even completely change the CPU, GPU, anything. Maybe during the launch you went for like a Ryzen 5 CPU, and now you have budget, and now you can go for like a Ryzen 7 X3D variant of the chipset, which can hugely improve the gaming performance. Or maybe when you were building the PC, you bought a mid-range GPU, now you have saved up a bit of budget, and you can easily upgrade the GPU to much powerful variant. So it is fully flexible and upgradable, guys. Future proof is what I can say. So in this section, I think PC definitely gets more points. We're almost at the end of this video, so this last point is about like extra benefits you can get and miscellaneous features. So this last point is all about like extra benefits or extra perks that you can get by buying any particular item, guys. Like for example, if you go for a PS5, at the beginning only I've told you, right, Sony's PS5 is a specially made gaming console. It is made for like entertainment or gaming purpose only, guys. Apart from that, I don't think you can use it for any other stuff. Maybe you can use it for a bit of media consumption, browsing, entertainment purpose, but that is pretty much it to it, guys. So it is strictly made for like gaming purpose only. But on the other hand, if you look at the PC side, right, PC has like multiple benefits considering the platform. It's an open source item. You can do anything over here. You can use it for like education purpose. You can learn lots of skills on it. You can use it for like coding, programming, and these days AI is the new trend, right? In case if you build a PC using newer gen platform or CPUs which specifically feature an NPU on board, neural processing unit, you can obviously use it for like AI related workloads, learning, applications, and plenty of other stuff. So totally depends on the kind of usage or your requirement, guys. Basically depends on the individual also. So considering all of these points and factors, I think this should definitely help you out making your purchase decision, whether should you go for a gaming console like a PS5 or a gaming PC with the money that you have right now. What do you people think? Definitely let me know your thoughts after watching this video, and which one are you going for in the comment section down below. Again, if you're buying the console, right, do let me know if you're going for the regular PS5 Slim or the Pro variant of the console. There are easily ways that you can actually get the Pro variant also, but again, as I've told you guys, it is not cheap and almost cost double the price of your regular base variant of the PS5. I hope this video has definitely helped you out making your decision, guys, and if you all enjoyed watching it, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to my channel for more such awesome videos, and I'll see you all in my next one.